Hello, when you play Farming Simulator 25, do you ever get tired of going it alone? Maybe you need some help besides the AIs. Maybe you just want to play with a friend. Well, you can do that with the multiplayer function in Farming Simulator 25, and I've had a lot of questions on this. How do I do that? How do I hook it up? I'm having trouble connecting and all that stuff. So we're going to talk about that in this video. Now, if you know, a lot of you do, you could still leave us some comments because some of you are pretty good at throwing us some comments down there that help everybody out. So you could do that too. But if you don't know, and if you just want to see what I'm going to talk about, stick around. I'm Farmer Teacher. We're going to talk about this. Okay, you can play multiplayer from any platform, but there are some idiosyncrasies based on what your playing partner is in, if it's a different platform than yours. So let's pay attention here. So what you're going to do, I've already set up a game in here, but you don't get to your game like you normally would. Okay, here's my game I want to play. I just kind of set that up with a few mods in there. So what you're going to do, instead of going to the career thing, you're going to go down here to multiplayer. And one of you, say there's 2 people playing or 3 people playing or whatever, one of you has to be the one that creates the game. Okay, so I'm going to create game. I'm going to use this one. Okay, now this one already has some mods that I picked out. Okay, they're already picked out. They're in there. If not, then you would pick them here. But I've already created and saved this game. To me, that makes it easier. Then I go back and turn it on, enter it through the multiplayer part. So there you go. I'm going to hit start. Okay, so you can give it a name up here, call it whatever you want, and you can password it if you want. That just keeps strange people from showing up in there. Then it has a port number, DSL, how many players. I'm going to say 2 because that's all I'm doing. Allow crossplay. Well, that's what you do there. If you're playing on PC and somebody else is playing on Xbox or PS5, if they're on a different platform than you, then you're going to say yes and auto accept. I have it off because I'm not going to put a password in there. If you put that on, whoever clicks on it can jump into your game. So you might want to have that off so you have to approve whoever jumps in there. Or you could put a password up here. If your friend has a password, then they can get in. No one else can. They have to have the password. So we're going to start this game. Wait for it to load just like any other game. Okay, once it's done loading, you hit enter and boom, you're in the game. Okay, so I'm going to go to the menu, and down here it has the farms. You got the one that I have, or you could create a new one. Okay, you could create a new one. You and your friend can share the same farm. I did this with my buddy Josh from DKM Farms, and he's over in Kentucky, and we played on the same farm because I needed some help. Okay, so, or you could create a new farm, and he could have one, and you could have another, or she could have one, and you could have another. So therefore, we're going to use the same one. Okay, so once you're in, you're going to get your buddy here to log into his game. Okay, so he has the game up, so instead of going to career, he's going to go to multiplayer, and what he's going to do is join a game. Okay, so I go to the game name there. My buddy's going to tell me the game. Okay, I'm going to tell my buddy the game, and he's going to type in Farmer Teacher, and there it is. Okay, Farmer Teacher Game 1, and he's going to click on that. Now notice this little icon right here. Okay, it's red. It's red because he has some mods loaded that I don't have. Okay, now look at the bottom of your screen there, and you see a space that says Details X if you have controllers. So I'm going to click on Details there. Do you want to download 11 mods from the Mod Hub with a total of yes, because evidently what's happened is I've loaded some mods into my game and he has not. He doesn't have those mods, okay? So I'm going to do that now and say yes. Same thing goes with the map. If he's loading a map that you haven't had loaded on your computer, obviously you're going to have to load that first before you get to this point. So be sure you have the map that he's loaded. That's why I did Riverbend Springs. Everybody has that one, but okay, now it's in there. Okay, now they're loaded. He could tell you ahead of time if it's a lot. Now I got to go back to join game. Farmer Teacher is going to pop up. And notice there's no red over there. That means I have all the mods that are required loaded on my computer. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to load. Okay, now on my other computer, on mine, he's trying to get in and it's asking me to accept it or not accept it. So I'm going to accept that. Now that I accept it, it's letting him log in. Synchronizing. Okay, so my wife there is now in the game. So she's going to come over here and look for me. And there I am. How cool is that? And check that out. So we are both in the game now. We're both in the game. She can work on stuff. I can work on stuff. And there you go. Now let me show you some more settings. Okay, when you're inside the game, the originator, so me instead of my wife, I can go to this menu. I can go under settings and go across the top there to server settings, and you can see my game. You can see if the password, how many players, you can change it from here too. And then the auto accept part. Okay, then if you click on this barn there to get back to your farm that you have, this is a farm we're playing on, and click on farm management. Okay, that's me, and this is my wife. Okay, now from my wife's menu, what she wants to do is click on this and join my farm. Okay, she wants to join my farm right here. So we're going to join that. And once she's in there, then I can go here and I can control. Now, if you ever if you're playing with some people you don't know well, need to kick them off, you can do that here. Okay, or block them or report them or whatever if they get out of hand. So I'm probably not going to do that to my wife. That wouldn't be good for my marriage. So what I'm going to do is go over here and pick what I'm going to allow her to do. Can she sell buildings? Maybe you don't want your partner doing that, or maybe you do. Can they hire AI workers? Can they manage contracts? Can they do production points, manage production points? Can they trade animals? Can they cut trees? I was playing with Josh from DKM Farms, and I forgot to allow him to cut trees, and he's like, the cutter won't work. And I thought he was doing something wrong, but it was on my end. I forgot to do that. Can you create fields? And can they do landscaping? So maybe they're not good at landscaping. You want to leave that to off, but you can have that control right here for the person you're playing with. And if you had 3 people in there, you could also have the third person have the same controls there. Maybe you want some of them to do some things and some to do others. And there you go. That's pretty cool. So you have some flexibility there on what you can do with this person. All right, let me show you one more thing. So the game is now set up. Okay, the game is now set up. We're together. She can exit out of the menu. She can go work on something. She could purchase something. Let's see if it works here. She's going to sell us these cows. Okay, so she could go in here and sell all of these cows. Look at that. So my partner in crime was able to do that. So there you go, because I allowed those permissions. All right, let me show you one more thing on the menu in case you're playing cross players. Like these are 2 PCs, but maybe one of them is an Xbox or a PS5. So let's take a look. Oh, by the way, how do you leave the game? And either one can save it. So say you want to save the game, but if your partner goes to save it, it's going to ask you if that's okay. So you could just stop. Whoever started the game could just stop it, and that's going to kick the other one out. They could exit the game. Doesn't really matter. But be sure that you save your game. The originator saves the game before you close it out. So I'm going to close it out. Since I closed it out, that automatically is going to kick off my wife. The server has been shut down. So there you go. You can see what she sees there. It is gone. So it's going to make her exit the game also. Just want to show you this real quick on the Mod Hub. Down at the bottom of the screen, one of the options is Show Crossplay Mods Only. So if you're looking at mods, just say we're looking at the latest mods here, okay, and I hit Show Crossplay Mods Only. When you set your game up, if you're playing on PC and someone else's Xbox, be sure you hit this, because if you have a mod that's PC only, the Xbox player or the PS5 player will not be able to join your game. So you want to be sure that you press that Show Crossplay Mods Only, and then you pick from there when you set your game up. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, that's pretty much how you do multiplayer. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll try to answer them, or another viewer might have a better answer than mine. So that's all I've got. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. I'll see you on the next go-round. Bye-bye.